The Dallas Cowboys claw the Carolina Panthers 30-14, and we're here to talk about it right here on the replay. Buckle up, let's ride. That's right. The Dallas Cowboy claws the Carolina Panthers 30-14. They bounced back after last week's loss to the Cincinnati Bengals. So they had to redeem themselves going into this game. They was not favored to win. I know they had to take that personally because, Carolina, they say hadn't been favored to win in the last 33 games, So they bounced back from last week's loss. So we want to talk about, recap some of the highlights and what you all think. Before we get into any of this, do your boy a small favor. Hit that like, subscribe, and share button for me because we're still trying to grow the channel. And I cannot do this without your assistance. So please do that for me. So let's talk about it. The Dallas Cowboys, once again, bounce back, get past the Carolina Panthers 30-14. Cooper Kupp, his stats today, they had him at, he was 18 of 29 for 214 yards, 3 touchdowns. Bryce Young was 18 of 28 for 219 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Right there should be the tail of the tape because we're talking about the turnovers that the Carolina Panthers committed. They came into the week kind of protecting the football. They played a little bit better defensively, these past few weeks. But the Dallas Cowboys defense definitely, stepped it up, took some things personal, and played, once again, man down. Other people joined in and came up big today. I just wish that last week they would have played better on special teams and got out of their way so they can go ahead and try to see what the rest of the back end of the season looked like. Because who knows, if they ran the table, maybe they get in a wild card. But again, I don't think mathematically that they're out of it, but I also don't think that they're going to be going to no playoffs. And even if they did, they'll be a one and done. So my question is simple. Should the Dallas Cowboys still be trying to win these games? Yes, you're 6-8. But even if you ran the table, and let's say you finish the season 9-8 and you don't get into the playoff, now you take yourself out of draft position. And you've already heard me make the statement the last couple of weeks, several weeks. I'm not one to really support the idea of tanking. I really don't like that word because I'm a competitor myself, and I enjoy competing. And they're competing at a high level. It's their job, so it's kind of like, if you worked a normal 9-to-5 job, they expect you to go in and do a honest day's work for an honest day's pay. And I get it. Those guys are playing for their family still, also playing for next year, and they're planning to secure the paycheck. So I certainly get it. But at the same time, again, the Dallas Cowboys got to get into a better draft situation, because if they finish the season again, which I don't see them beating Philadelphia, unless Philadelphia, knowing that they have the NFC East already locked up, not even playing their starters. So that's a game they possibly could come in and win. But again, that last game going to come down to the Washington Commanders. And I know they're going to be looking for some get back. And I'm not sure if Dallas will even be healthy enough to even defeat a team like the Washington Commanders. So again, you can either go 9-8 or you can go 8-9. 9-8 or 8-9. One of the two. Or heck, who knows? They can just actually finish the rest of the season and just go 6-11. That'll still work for me, because I think that'll still assure them that they may get at least a top 10 pick. And you want to get closer in the draft, the 2025 NFL draft that's coming up. You want to be in a position where you can possibly trade up a little bit to take a running back like Ashton Jeanty, because that's definitely the player that the Dallas Cowboys should be targeting in next year's NFL draft, Ashton Jeanty. And we're going to talk about him a little bit later in this Heisman Trophy win by Travis Hunter of Colorado. But the Dallas Cowboys, again, they defeat the Carolina Panthers 30-14. They had some key moments in the game, but I think the biggest thing, the storyline of this particular game, is the defense. The defense came to play. They rallied. They created turnovers. They gave up a big play. I know if you always thinking like I was thinking, how do you turn the ball over? You got 30-some seconds left in the right before halftime, and you turn around, and you give up the big play. The guy streaking down the sideline. I don't understand again, our safeties. The Dallas Cowboys safeties, they just don't play at a consistent high level as they should. And they give up a big play going down the sideline right before the halftime. And guess what? You know who's giving chase? Number 6, Donovan Wilson. So the Dallas Cowboys, they pretty much need help all across the board. When you look at both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. Now, Rico Dowdle did have over 100 yards rushing today. I think he had about 25 carries for 149 yards compared to the Panthers' C. Hubbard, who carried the ball 10 times for 32 yards. So Dallas was a lot better against the run defense. They showed up in the run defense today. Granted, you're not dealing with Pro Bowl starters across your line if you're Carolina, but any win in the NFL is a win, because they like to say on any given Sunday, any given Sunday, anybody can get beat because these are still professionals at the end of the day. So big shout out to Rico Dowdle. Again, he got over 100 yards running, but that's not going to still be enough if the Dallas Cowboys do have an opportunity to draft Ashton Jeanty, because I can tell you right now, if they do have an opportunity to draft Jeanty and didn't take him, I think the Dallas Cowboys nation should definitely go on strike. I wouldn't support another Dallas Cowboys game within the next 2 years if they were to have an opportunity to draft Ashton Jeanty out of Boise State and then take him, thinking that Rico Dowdle is going to be the feature back in the future. Are you kidding me? You got to be crazy. But also, one of the keys to the game was CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb continuing his streak. I think it was the 7th year getting over 1,000 yards receiving. And today he had 9 receptions for 116 yards and 1 touchdown. So CeeDee Lamb is still steady on the pace, given, his early injuries, losing his starting quarterback, and just still, staying steady. You can't say a whole lot about CeeDee Lamb, maybe other than kind of being a little bit of a diva within the past, if you take it back to the Green Bay Packers playoff loss last season. But CeeDee Lamb is a young guy still coming into his own. He's matured a lot, and I think he just want to win at the end of the day. Like most of them, they just want to win. The Dallas Cowboys, they want to win like any other NFL team in the league. So, CeeDee Lamb is no different than Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase or any of these NFL receivers who are not getting the football, and you're not making them a part of the game plan. He's too talented. As they were saying, the announcer was talking about how you can put him in the backfield, hand the ball off. You can put him in a slot, send him in motion. You can make him the X. You can make him the Y. I mean, he's a talented player. He wears that number 88 for a reason. And again, proving today, he had another big day. Like I say, he caught over 115, 116 yards with 9 receptions and scored on a touchdown. I thought Cooper Rush playing within the concepts and what they like to do. I like that touchdown he threw to Jalen Tolbert in the back of the end zone. That's playing outside the box. They usually having him just kind of go through his reads, playing within the offensive scheme, doing the check downs or what have you. But when he kind of did the little waggle, what they call a waggle, and got outside the tackle and threw that touchdown, I thought that was one heck of a throw to get it just over the safety's head in the back of the end zone with the other corner standing behind Jalen Tolbert. That was a great throw by Cooper Rush. So that was one of those type of plays, man, that it keeps you in the NFL. It definitely keeps you in the NFL. Who knows what may happen next year with them having Trey Lance still on the bench? If Jerry Jones going to try to get rid of Trey Lance, we're not 100% sure, but I think they're comfortable with Cooper Rush being as a backup quarterback to Dak Prescott. But we shall see. We shall see. But again, Dallas is in a very unique situation right now. Again, mathematically, I don't think they're out of it. Last week loss definitely didn't do anything to strengthen their case with the upcoming playoffs and so forth. And had they lost today, yeah, they would have definitely been out of it then. But again, this kind of keeps them in it. They're going to probably need some help trying to get in as a wild card. But at the end of the day, you had to win this game right here regardless. Because again, Dallas was not favored to win this game. They was not favored to beat the Carolina Panthers. And again, Carolina hadn't been favored in any of the games that they've played in the last 33 games. I don't know how many years that equals up to, but the last 33 games, do y'all understand what that means? 33 games, you're not even favored to win. Man, that got to be tough. Think about the Carolina Panthers fans. That got to be tough. Where your team is actually being picked to lose. So finally, when they are picked to win, they wind up losing anyway. And granted, I understand why they made the picks, because Carolina have been playing a lot better than they were playing early in the season. They even took Philadelphia to the wire and a few other teams. But those guys, Michael Parsons, them, man, when they're on one, they have a way of making you humble yourself and kind of get back to the drawing board. And that's exactly what they did with Bryce Young, because he was playing pretty steady, man. I was kind of rooting for Bryce Young because, they put the young kid out there as a rookie and didn't really give him anything to work with. He didn't have any Pro Bowl receivers, unlike some of the other QBs when they stepped in the lineup. He didn't have no McLaurin like Daniels over at the Washington Commanders. He didn't have anything. And the one receiver they do have, he dropped everything. He's a body catcher. I forget his name, Lugo, or y'all may know him better than I do. Sometimes I forget these guys' name if they're not really stepping up the way they should. But anyway, you didn't give the young man to work with anything. He was a Heisman Trophy winner coming out of Alabama. You didn't draft any top receivers, and the receivers that he had, y'all let him go. DJ Moore, Chicago Bears. You let Christian McCaffrey get away to the San Francisco 49ers. And you want to thrust this young man into the lineup, and you saw the results. So, but again, he got humbled. Dallas Cowboys, anytime you got a Michael Parsons, on your side of the ball, I still like my chances, because one thing about Micah is going to play to the fullest. He's had his moments, don't get me wrong, and I know a lot of people call him Micah Podcast because it seemed like he was doing more podcasts than he was on the field. And the best ability is availability, and we get all of that. But ain't no denying that Michael Parsons is one of the best edge rushers, one of the best players, period, on the field when he's a 100% healthy. And believe me, they got to get over there with another extra man or two just to keep him away from the quarterback. As you saw in one of those plays, I don't have any highlights of the game, so I wanted to make this particular post-game show relevant and quick, because today is my birthday, y'all. I'm doing this on my birthday. Y'all see how your boy is dedicated on the replay? I'm doing this on my birthday. So, big shout out to my mom. It's more so her birthday. She get 2 birthdays sometime, I tell her. Because her birthday is on the 14th of December. Mine is the 15th. So big shout out to my mom, and most of all to the Most High God for giving me another calendar year. But yeah, I'm doing this today, and I'm looking at the stats. I'm looking at the Dallas Cowboys and how they kind of fit into the playoff picture, if they fit at all. But again, I'm on the record. I'm not gonna, I'm a double down on what I said. I'm not going to retract my statement. I'm going to continue to say what I'm saying. I just think the Dallas Cowboys at this particular time of the season, at this stage of the season, they're better off just going ahead trying to get a better draft position. It's always next year. It's always next year. I don't think, there's certain players who are champions. They play for championships. I don't see like the likes of a Patrick Mahomes and them just want to get into the playoff and just to get knocked out in the first round. You played to win the game. You played to win the game. As Herm Edwards once said, you played to win the game. So why am I going to just go in there just to be happy? I understand it's an extra check, an extra bonus check, but man, I want to go win the whole dang on thing. So, it's one of those deals where, it's always next year. And if you're not going to be able to bring home the trophy, because who actually remember? Can you all tell me who was the runner-up last year? People don't remember the runner-ups. They remember the teams that actually go in and win it all. And so I just think right now, sitting at 6-8, I just think right now the Dallas Cowboys have some soul searching to do in terms of realistically, because I don't see anybody coming back that can say, oh, that one player right there puts you over the hump, or that 2 player right there takes you over the hump. I just don't see it. So again, I'm glad in a way. I know it may be an oxymoron, but I'm glad to see them beat the Panthers simply because the Panthers was favored. And I know Dallas, should beat the Carolina Panthers. But in terms of them trying to win out to get a playoff seeding, I just no, because all that is just a teaser, and it's kind of like one of them things they say keep hope alive. So no. But anyway, again, Dallas Cowboys bounce back, defeat the Carolina Panthers 30-14. Good all around game. Defense came to play, caused turnovers, and they was able to get past the lowly Panthers. There was something about these Panthers losing this weekend. We big shout out to North Crowley High School that defeated Duncanville. Close game, good game. Defeated them 36-34. I think Duncanville, honestly and truthfully, they just came out a little bit flat, and I don't think, and a little bit underprepared. I mean, if you want to be really honest, yeah, because North Crowley did something early in the game that I know that they wasn't expecting when they did an offsides kick. But Duncanville certainly had their chance to win the game. A lack of focus. Kind of saw this coming weeks ago because they really hadn't really been pushed, to the edge. And but they fought back through adversity. They went down 15-0, man, for them to fight back and then even take the lead. I mean, big shout out to Duncanville and head coach Sample. You did your thing in the semifinals. But it would be no North Shore and no Duncanville this year because North Shore got blowed out. They got blowed out by Austin Westlake, 35-10. Now Duncanville at least had, they lost to the team whom I think will and should win the state championship in North Crowley. Austin Westlake do have a good team, but I think that they have the most talent Division 9-1 signees in the DFW area. And they should win the state championship, North Crowley. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm rooting for them to win the state title anyway. So again, but it was a weekend of the Panthers losing, just like the Duncanville Panthers lost. The Carolina Panthers lose to the Dallas Cowboys. So let me just segue over to something big happened last night. And I put up a post the other day and actually did a live Heisman show asking the question, who wins the Heisman? Well, it has been answered. And last night, Travis Hunter walks away with the 2024 John Heisman Trophy for the best player in college football. And, one of the part of his speech said it all for me, man, what type of human being this young man is. With all the other accolades and awards that he's already won, the best award that he has going on for himself is being an academic All-American, having a 4.0 GPA. So this is a part of this video I wanted to play because I really felt this when he was talking about his dad.
You watching on TV, Dad, I love you. All the stuff you went through, man. I look at your oldest son. I did this for you, man. All the times that you didn't get to see me, and the time you came to see my games, from not seeing probably 2 games in high school to seeing me on TV every weekend and coming to see me, man. That means so much to me. I know you wanted to be here and you can't. But trust me, I got you. I'm bringing the trophy home. I love you.
Travis Hunter, your 2024 John Heisman Trophy winner. And I'm telling you, man, he gave a remarkable speech. Proud of this young man. I know there's a lot of individuals, a lot of people who stated that, Ashton Jeanty should have won, given that he ran over for 2,400 some odd yards and was on the verge or is on the verge of breaking Barry Sanders' 30-some-year-old record that he set back in 1988. And he and I wouldn't disagree. Ashton Jeanty was definitely deserving. And had he won it, I would have been, applauding him as well. I think he was definitely a valiant candidate to win the award. But as I'm on the record saying, we just haven't seen a player like a Travis Hunter in terms of his durability to be able to play on both sides of the ball, because I recall playing between 65 to maybe 70 plays in a game, just simply playing defensive back. Of course, I ran back punts and kickoff returns. And I just remember, the next day how my body felt. I mean, I felt like I had wrestled with 10 guys. I mean, my body was just, and I can only imagine when I was thinking about this young man is playing 120 plays, 100 snaps, and he's still out there every game. So we just haven't seen that before. I've seen running backs go over 2,000 yards or close to. We saw the likes of Barry Sanders. We saw Eric Dickerson, which in my estimation definitely should have had over 20 some. Probably would have set the record had he not split time with the other running back, Craig James, over at SMU. Those of us who remember Eric Dickerson know he was a phenomenal runner. Could have easily won the Heisman that year. But again, I mean, we just hadn't seen anybody like Travis Hunter. This was some of the videos or highlights that I put up between Ashton Jeanty, showing this young man's remarkable season as well. There he is playing against the #1 Oregon Ducks. He had over 170 yards. For those who thought that he couldn't do it because Boise State was in the Mountain West Conference, no, there he is running against the Big Ten Oregon Ducks and gained over 170 some yards. Now, had he won the trophy, he would have been bringing the trophy back to Texas. So that was one of the things I would have loved to have seen. But this kid is durable, and he has a lot of toughness, a lot of grit, and he too is also a humble individual. But you only got one trophy. You only got one trophy. As I said before, I think that in terms of what this young man did here.
He's also been one of the most productive receivers in the country. Travis Hunter's doing something that we've really never seen.
Gus, what are we watching? This guy is.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you look at those highlights right there between Ashton Jeanty and Travis Hunter, again, him not taking any plays off. When he get through catching one of those go routes, those deep balls, or jumping in the air for a ball, or scoring a touchdown, guess what? He got to go right back on defense, and he have to be able to play this at the same level. And not only did he do that, understand that he did it with, they say his the impact that he made on both sides of the ball. So you can be on both sides of the ball, but you may not be making an impact. Travis Hunter made an impact. They said his impact just being on the defensive side of the ball was like at 84%. He had about a 30 some odd percent more impact than any other defensive player who only played on the defensive side of the ball. Did you hear what I just said? 84%. So Travis Hunter, big shout out to the young man. He has such a bright future. And I hope and I pray that he doesn't do anything to hinder himself or retard his opportunities. And the only thing that I can say, and I really wasn't going to get into this, but I have to get into it briefly, is his fiance. There's a lot of things that's going around regarding this young lady. I kind of thought the first time when they brought it out, how she, she was kind of like in her emotional feelings after they played the last game, and he went to the stands, and she came out and didn't want to give him a kiss. Well, I was kind of like, man, that's y'all probing too much, and you're looking for something. And then I saw the other videos. I said, well, let me do my own research. I saw the other videos where she was talking about when she first met Travis Hunter that he wasn't her type. Okay, I understand. You start looking at an individual, start dating an individual, find out the qualities to like that person, that individual. But then I saw another video where she seems to be like the Jackie Christie. If many of y'all remember Jackie Christie was married to former NBA player Doug Christie. And this guy wouldn't even look at another female. He would go to the bench and look down at the floor and all this kind of stuff. So Travis and Leanna, his fiance, has a pact or some source of where he can't speak to any woman unless she's there, standing right there to him or with him. And so, but when this video came out, and I want y'all to watch this here, this is what really kind of got me questioning things now. Check this video out. This is the video of Deion Sanders that's going around right now, having to tell her to stand up as Travis Hunter was being applauded. So you saw Deion Sanders, having to tell her to stand up. Deion shouldn't have been in that position. He shouldn't have to have told you to stand up while they applaud your man. They're honoring him. You should feel the same way. I want to honor him. And then and as soon as she finished hugging him, she sat immediately down. Now I'm going to play another brief clip about this young lady. And I hope his mom or his dad or somebody's really talking to him, because, again, I wasn't really judging their relationship. Their relationship is their relationship. Their privacy is their privacy. But now this stuff is coming out in the public, and it seems as though she's really, best serving her own interests. But here's another video clip that I wasn't aware of, how she wasn't going to change her last name.
The wedding. So I'm going to answer those first. I'm going to try to keep it in categories. So my first question that I got was, am I changing my last name? The answer is no. I'm hyphening my name. I'm keeping my last name and then adding his on. That's just how I wanted to do it.
Now I think, and she says, I'm just adding on because that's how I want to do it. See, she wants to be the show. She wants to be the center of attention. But this is not about you. This is about Travis Hunter. It's not about you. It's about Travis Hunter. And she wants to be Senosha, someone in, the life of the party in the room, and letting everybody know that, I have the autonomy over this relationship. And I get, usually when women keep their last name or get a hyphen in their name, it is really due because they've done something prominent, something they have going on themselves. But I'm asking myself, what do you really bring to the table? Don't get me wrong. You can be a great wife, a great girlfriend, a great woman in the whole 9 yards and hold him down and do a lot of stuff behind the scene that people don't see. I get all of that. But when he's in the public viewing, if you're pretty much ending his sentences and saying certain things and not standing and applauding him and lifting him up and honoring him, then what are you really doing? What are you really doing? So for you to say that you're not going to change your last name to Hunter, when you all first met, that he really wasn't your type, I just kind of find that kind of, eerie in a way. So I hope and pray that Travis, I know he's in love with her. And they also played another video clip when he was at Jackson State and he was in the office of Deion Sanders, and Deion, and maybe they were just having a conversation in general, but he said something in a video. This was way before he had gotten engaged, but he had said in the video, he said, you need to make sure you sign a prenuptial agreement. This is what Deion is saying. This is on the video on YouTube. And I don't know if that's coming to fruition now, but she's starting to do little things, because the more he grows, the more the money grows, the more the visibility grows. And you want to be a part of that, but you want to let the world know that you're running the show. You don't have to do that. Just understand that you have someone that's definitely in love with you, and he wants to spend his life with you, but you're going to play yourself out of position if he ever wakes up. I just hope that whenever he does wake up, it's not to his own detriment. That's what I hope for Travis Hunter. I really do, because I think he's exceptional in terms of, when you think about our youth today. Here's a young man who don't drink, don't smoke. He has a 4.0 GPA, All-American academics, getting ready to be drafted at least top 5 in this year's upcoming NFL draft. He has so much going for him, and you have to recognize that. And I hope that she does. I'm not hoping for their demise. I'm not hoping that most people, I wish he would just leave. Now, I'm not any of that. But if I had to say something to her, I would say, hey, respect him in both the private, but definitely respect him in the public. Be his peace. Don't be, causing him any emotional disturbance, because I could tell you right now, when a guy's in love and he's attracted to you and there's an emotional connection, it starts to affect his mental, and then he starts to not play as well. So I hope she's his peace. That would enable him to go out and do what God has given him and blessed him and gave him the gift to do, and that's to play football. I hope that she does that, and that she realizes that, and that she don't make these kind of mistakes, because I'm telling you, it can be a detriment to his own athletic career. It really can. So I'm rooting for the both of them. I hope she's young too, and I hope that she grows up, and I hope that she's she makes more of a mental correct decision. Yeah, a big shout out, man. My girl Sherry, she's on here, man. Yeah, thank you, Sherry. Sherry shout me out. Yeah, it's my happy born day. I told you all earlier, today is my birthday. I still came on and did this anyway, man, because this is the replay, and I'm still trying to make y'all day as well as make my day. So thank you, Sherry. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for looking out. Thank you for giving me my happy birthday. I need all that. I know I'm 38. You know what I'm saying? Nah, just let me stop. It's a blessing to be the age that I am, man. I'm so thankful, and it's really not about me. I always say that it's always about the Most High God and my mom. I always thank my mom on this day because her birthday was yesterday, as I stated earlier, and I just thank her because she always tell me I was a birthday gift. And I thank her for having to go through however many hours. I think it was 9 hours to get me here at 12:19 a.m. In the morning, so she was in labor pushing me out on her birthday. So yeah, so I just wanted to come on shortly because this is the replay. We had to recap the Dallas Cowboys again. They bounced back, defeat the Carolina Panthers 30-14. Defense played a great game. I don't know what this all entails gearing up, but I gotta go check out these Pittsburgh Steelers and Philadelphia Eagles right now. So go Steelers. That's gonna be a good game, I believe, because both teams have great records, and I know they're trying to still win a division, although I do think that the Philadelphia Eagles have wrapped up the NFC East. So, and I think the Steelers would definitely wrap up the AFC North. So, but those are two great games. I'll go check that out. But again, I want to shout out the Dallas Cowboys. Another win today to go 6-8. And we'll see where it goes. Mathematically, they're still in the playoff picture, but we shall see. Again, this has been another episode of the replay where we still try to make your day. Thank y'all for coming on. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe, like, share button. We're still growing the channel. I cannot do this without you. Without you, there's no me. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And don't forget to tell a friend. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And we're going to be back soon with these weekly uploads. Stay tuned. We're going to get back to this metaphor of love as well as black democracy soon. So again, y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we'll talk soon. Peace and love.